Well, there's been a ton of presidential candidate visits to Arkansas this campaign cycle. Hillary Clinton, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, Donald Trump, they've all been here multiple times. Senator Ted Cruz of Texas is expected to do well in the SEC primary, and he was the leader in our Talk Business and Politics Hendricks College poll earlier this month with a 27% edge over Trump and Rubio, who were tied at 23%. But that was a political eternity ago. Nonetheless, Senator Cruz and I sat down for a one-on-one of what's expected to be a very competitive campaign. Senator, first of all, thank you so much for sitting down. I know you're busy end of the day, and we appreciate it very much.
It's great to be with you.
Let's talk a little bit, a big crowd here in Arkansas. In our most recent Talk Business Hendricks College poll, you were actually leading. It's been about 2 weeks ago, 27 to 23 for Rubio and Trump. What are your expectations for Arkansas? Can you win? Will you win Arkansas?
Well, look, we hope to do well here in Arkansas. We're taking nothing for granted. We are working hard to earn the votes of the men and women of this state. And I do think the people of Arkansas are fed up with the Washington deal makers. They're fed up with politicians that go, give in to the Democrats, grow the government, grow the debt, grow the regulations, and take away our constitutional rights. And I think the reason that we're seeing such tremendous support, that we're seeing conservatives uniting behind our campaign is that I am the one candidate who has a proven record of fighting with the working men and women of this country against Washington, standing up, leading the fight against amnesty, leading the fight against Obamacare, leading the fight to defend the Second Amendment. And I think the stakes in our country, they've never been higher than they are right now.
Texas is one of the big delegate states that will be up on Tuesday as well. Your home state. You want to go Joe Namath for me and just go ahead and predict that you're going to win Texas? Do you need to win Texas?
Listen, I think we will do very well in Texas. Texas is my home. We have a tremendous base of support there. But again, I'm taking nothing for granted. We are working to earn every single vote. You know, I will say this, if you look nationally, about 65% of Republicans say Donald Trump is not the right candidate to go head-to-head with Hillary Clinton, that he loses to Hillary Clinton, that he has too many policy issues where he agrees with Hillary Clinton, whether it is supporting partial birth abortion, whether it is supporting John Kerry or the disastrous Libya policy of President Obama, whether it's supporting government-controlled federal health care. I think far too many people think Donald Trump is not the right candidate. And if you look at this race, there is only one campaign that has beaten Donald Trump and that can beat Donald Trump, and that is our campaign. And I think that's why we're seeing so many conservatives coming together behind our campaign, because we need a proven, consistent conservative. We can't roll the dice anymore. We've been burned too many times by politicians who say one thing and do another. We need someone with a real proven record.
It's delegate math is really what Tuesday is about. Okay,
yes.
Staying in the game, keeping enough delegates to kind of stay up there in the top 2 or 3. What's your reasonable expectation for how well you'll do? Can you give me a range of what you would expect to come out away from on Tuesday?
Listen, I think we will do very, very well. Super Tuesday is the most delegates that are awarded in one day, roughly 600 delegates. That's about half what it takes to win the nomination.
How many are you going to come away with?
You know, that's going to be up to the voters. I'm not going to give you a number. I will tell you, if you look at the first 3 states, Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, nobody's ever won the nomination without winning one of the first 3 states. This time, only 2 of us have done that, me and Donald Trump. And I think Super Tuesday, we're going to do well. We're going to win a lot of delegates. I think Donald Trump will win some delegates as well. And my guess is, coming out of Super Tuesday, Donald and I will be far and away the 2 major delegate leaders, and that will tee this up to be effectively a 2-person race. And in a 2-person race, we not only win, we win handily. You know, the polling shows that head-to-head, I beat Donald by 16 points, 56 to 40. And so Super Tuesday really is a chance for the people of Arkansas to make a choice. We want a conservative. We want someone we know will appoint a principled constitutionalist to replace Justice Scalia on the court, will protect the Second Amendment, the Bill of Rights, and will also fight for jobs and economic opportunity.
You don't think Marco Rubio will be in the race after Tuesday?
Well, he's going to have to decide that, but I do think if Marco comes out of Super Tuesday winning very, very few delegates, it becomes hard to stay in the race without winning any states. To date, he has not won a single state. And if that's true after Tuesday, it's going to be awfully difficult to justify. You can't win the nomination if you can't win any states.
Let's go to a couple of just quick questions here. I'm not looking for long answers on this, and I know it's getting a little bit late. I understand that in debate prep, you like to play video games. Is this true?
Oh, I play video games all the time. It's if you had my wife Heidi here and asked about my faults, well, she could talk a long time. It could fill a whole hour show. But right at the top of hers is I play games on my iPhone. You know, you and I were talking a minute ago to your 8-year-old daughter, and she was drawing an iPhone. I sit with my girls who are 7 and 5, and we play Plants vs. Zombies on the iPhone. We have a blast, and it drives my wife Heidi crazy.
You said once that you are Cuban, you're Irish, and you're Italian, yet somehow you ended up a Southern Baptist.
Yeah.
So I've got a pretty good idea where you're going to go to church, but where are you going to go for lunch after church? You're going to go to an Italian restaurant, a Cuban restaurant, or an Irish restaurant?
You know what? My guess is we'll be on the road campaigning. It's the nature of, look, between the three, I love Cuban food. My grandmother made amazing Cuban food. My dad makes a flan that is out of this world. But I also love Italian. Actually, Heidi and I eat a lot of Mexican food, too.
Last question. I know you like movies a lot. Tell me your favorite movie about politics.
Ooh, favorite movie about politics? Well, my favorite movie of all time is The Princess Bride. And I would say just about everything in The Princess Bride is about politics. And, you know, I often invoke lines from The Princess Bride. For example, you know, if you look at the Obama administration, their Waters of the United States rule, which is this really abusive EPA rule where they've defined a ditch on your property or a puddle as navigable waters. That's not what navigable means. And so I often will say, you keep on using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Good luck on the campaign trail.
Appreciate it, and encourage everyone to come out Tuesday. It's a hugely important day.
And last week I spent some time on the campaign trail with Senator Marco Rubio for an exclusive one-on-one. That video is also on our website, talkbusiness.net.